What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you another video. Today's video is on Power Rangers Super Samurai. So, today we will be reacting to commercials related to that, which should be fun. This is the continuation of Samurai, so big stuff. Samurai, it's a great season, and Super Samurai was the continuation of that, which changed things up. The designs of the characters and the actual look of the characters ended up getting these buff looks that they had. Just in general, everything was powered up, and that's the whole entire concept of the super aspect of it. Believe me when it says, I do plan on making a video just about all the super seasons and all that, because I do want to discuss that, because it's always something that I've always wanted to have a discussion on YouTube about, just the whole entire idea of the super seasons and whether or not they make sense in some cases and whether or not they don't make sense and whether or not they're necessary. But anyway guys, that will be for another video. But for this video, we are doing our reactions to some Super Samurai commercials. So anyway guys, let's move on to those commercials.
Power Rangers Super Samurai. Battle Morphin Rangers swing into action with 360-degree control of Rangers battle gear. Take on the most evil villains as your favorite Power Ranger. Master the moves and save the Earth. Power Rangers Super Samurai. Battle Morphin Rangers, each sold separately.
Okay, so those were the Battle Morphing Rangers. Tell you this much, I really like the design a lot. Just the overall weapons, being able to do all the different rotations, going 360 degrees. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, full range, that's great. Great articulation that implies. Though I'm not sure how much of that actually, what parts of the body actually included that articulation. I believe it was mainly some in the arm. The arms had a lot of articulation. The legs, I believe probably had a bit here and there. They probably didn't have beyond insane, I doubt they had ankle articulation and insane swivels and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. I really doubt that they had insane stuff like that, but I mean, I don't remember personally. I know that I've seen videos of it, but regardless of that, I'll tell you this much: pretty cool. Just overall really awesome stuff. Pretty awesome. Just the 360 motion. That's cool.
Power Ranger Samurai. When the Netherworld attacks, Bullzord puts them on the run with his twin horns and battering ram power. Morph into full Megazord when you need superior firepower to mow them down. Power Ranger Samurai Bullzord. 2 Zords in 1.
Okay, so as you saw there, that was the Bullzord. Pretty simple transformation. 2 Zords in 1, they say. I guess they really aren't two. I mean, yes and no. There is really a Zord, which becomes a Megazord on its own, rather than it's basically the same thing as the Clawzord. I mean, look, it's the one mech that can become a Zord as well and become a Megazord of its own. That's the way that they describe it makes it sound like it's really 2 Zords. It's really not 2 Zords. It's really one Zord that can go that has 2 different modes. I mean, look today at a simple. I'll use a simple season. Look at Super Mega Force, for example. Would you say that the Silver's Megazord technically was 3 Zords? No, it's 1 Zord that can transform into three different ways. That's really not 3 Zords. It's completely different technically. I would not count it as 3 Zords. I would count it as 3 different transformations, and in this case I would count this as 2 different transformations, the regular and then that. That's what I have to say. I mean, personally, that's really what it is. It's really not 2 Zords. It's really 1 Zord that can transform into a Megazord transformation or its regular Zord transformation. Really wouldn't count it the way that they described it. But anyway, very cool. Just the whole entire battering ram effect that you saw with the Bullzord, very cool. I mean, I liked it. I liked it. I personally tell you this much: the Bullzord is a very cool Zord in general. Big Zord, definitely. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely a big Zord, and it's a cool Zord that definitely can combine with the Samurai Megazord, which is really cool. So anyway, guys, let's keep going.
Power Ranger Samurai. Power up with the Mega Mode Ranger gloves. Summon Zords with the Black Box Morpher, and take command with the Shogun buckle to harness massive Samurai power. Power Rangers Samurai Battle Gear, each sold separately.
Okay, so as you saw there, it said Power Rangers Samurai. The main reason why I put this in this, even though you would say, well, why didn't you put this in your Samurai review? The reason I did that was intentional, just because of the fact that personally, it felt like it was really meant to be in Super Samurai regardless. And yes, I know you're going to say, well if it wasn't, so don't do that. Well, the thing is that personally, I don't care. And personally, the whole entire look of the Shogun look and all that, personally, it felt like it was really meant to be Super Megaforce. I mean, Super Samurai, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Sorry about that if anyone's like offended and was like, oh my god, why did you put this here? I understand, but at the same time, I just did it. Forget it. But anyway, let's just talk about the commercial. I really like the overall design of the look and everything. I mean, it's just a really cool look overall. The Shogun buckle, you get to see the Gold Ranger's mask for once, which was cool, because I mean, we haven't really seen the Gold Ranger that much, which, it's nice to see him. Hello, Gold Ranger. Just in general, very, very cool. So anyway, guys, let's keep going.
With evil attacks, fight back with the Power Rangers Samurai Action Zords and their Rangers. And for more power, call the 5 primary Zords and morph them to the awesome Samurai Megazord. Then, call the Mighty Bull Megazord and rage terror on evil. Now, add the Claw Megazord and morph all the Megazords to form the mighty, all-conquering Samurai Gigazord. Power Rangers Super Samurai Action Zords and Megazords, only from Bandai.
So, as you saw right there, that is how the Gigazord works, and that's also, and we got to see the Action Zord together. This time, obviously, the Action Zords were not really hyped as much, but the Gigazord was definitely hyped. I mean, we got to see the Claw Zord, the Bull Zord, and the main Samurai Megazord all together to create the Giga Megazord. And I mean, if you think about it this way, I'm pretty sure those Action Zords can actually combine with the Gigazord somehow. I'm not exactly sure how, but I mean, think about it this way: it has Zord builder capability. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's possible. I really would not be surprised if that's possible. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. The Gigazord, just in general, is just so fierce, so deadly. Just look at that thing, and do not tell me that you don't think that thing is just massive and insane and just awesome. I mean, sure, this is not the major massive version that involves all the Zords, which involves